go to a merger in the beginning, how it's going to work. You don't know how it's going to work in general, but ours work great. They're a bunch of great guys that we run with. We get along very well. We got along beforehand, which was good, and I think that's what you guys did also, right? With Rocky Point, you guys got along with them very well.
Next contest to rerun is the efficiency replacement contest. State record is 21.34, and it's held by the Rockville Center Woodlanders.
It's another monster time.
35 seconds. First team on the line to be number 1 in your program, the Bandit from Farmingville.
I remember watching Rockville Center break the replacement record. And just watching it over and over again on YouTube and saying, this is insane.
How?
How?
Yeah.
Hoses pinned straight. Guys wearing the hose as it comes out of the cart.
No, I think still almost unbelievable.
Fairman. We were talking about that before.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the guy, Ronnie Kramer.
Yep. No, Ronnie, very.
I mean, what a hydrant, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, before we go, another unbelievable record, and I don't think it could be touched, is cart ladder. I don't think it could be touched.
That and, I mean, we had our eyes on 2 into 1, which we'll obviously get into a little bit later. It's another tough one. Get into the sevens.
Yeah.
Have you run a 22 in this event?
In this event, no.
No. Yeah. We
23, I think, is our 23.8, 23.12, or 23.15 is the best we ever ran.
We ran a 22.98 or a 22.96 in Hempstead.
And that's the place you got to run that. All right, Farmingville, and they're off.
Anything in the 23s will be good. So they're running with no turn-on man. Hydrant set up. 3-5,
This is a cut over.
3-6. A little low. Okay, target's up 12.57. They're going to have to do this quick. He's good.
You know, that cut over is important. You know, cutting over quicker.
So the guy with the Y is up there now. They're settling in, hooking up. I've got a 31-34. Now, I mean, today that might be in the
money.
Time for Farmingville, 31.28, 31.28.
You know, what we used to do in this event is we used to pull the team over and kind of scoot it over, the whole efficiency team over to the hydrant a little bit more. And we had our nozzle man cut a little later, but cut hard. So he had a straight connection into a straight line into the target. Because you try to come on an angle shot, it's a difficult target.
Number 2 on your programs, the Indians from Seacliff.
Yeah, but you almost have no choice but hitting on an angle, right? Because
yeah, I mean, but you could cut it in a little more. It matters how far out you are. And we said the key to your fast guy. This event, the key to your fastest guy is your Y. You want your Y guy to be
a sprinter.
Yeah, I mean,
it's got to be all out.
Be able to click that Y and just motor
all out.
Because that's where you're making your time up. Because you're at a little bit slower of efficiency run normally. You know, if you run anywhere in a track like here, you run a 9.3 first ev in this. That's smoking.
Smoking. I was about to say anything in the nines.
Anything in the nines in the first evolution here. I mean, Hempstead, you're going to run a 9, but you're talking you want to get in here a 9.8, 9.9.
I mean, how many tenths are you talking about? Just moving the target from the middle of the track all the way to the right. Okay, and so they're off here.
They're off.
It looks like they're light here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. Like the bare minimum for that first evolution. 1 guy in each coupling and a backup man. 12.72 is the first.
But when you run that slower handle makes you get over, and it makes them have a good target hit. It's just about this exchange. A big Y.
Very big Y. Our original Y, I think, was that big. Heavy.
Second nozzleman's laying down. Let's see if it works with them.
It's hitting the plate. There you go.
35.93. So again, I mean, for us...
Overtime for Seacliff. Overtime.
For us, you're hitting anywhere in the 23 range, you're happy.
Yeah.
The
23 was a nice shot.
23 is going to get you minimum 3 points.
At least.
At least 3 points you're going to get with running a 23. Today, I think running a 28, anywhere in the 20s today is going to get you a point. But this event is pretty straightforward. I mean,
yeah, and it's an event that obviously the juniors run this. They call it Y,
right,
and it's an event that a lot of the motorized teams run as well because a lot of teams are running this in their town tournaments.
Right.
So this is an event that is pretty well known as far as old fashioned goes, as far as the connection to.
And it's your efficiency shot with just with a kink on running it down, and that Y connection is not an easy connection to make either, because as we said before, you're clicking a male into the female, which is not a natural connection. It's a hard connection to make, the male into the female. I mean, it's not.
Right.
It's not hitting like a hydrant or hitting a female into the male. I mean.
Now, and I don't know about you guys, but after that first evolution, we're trying to get the coupling men that, well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be coupling men, but the two guys that are at that second coupling are moving towards the middle of the track to a drier spot.
Absolutely. All right. Flame view out.
Okay, first
target
hit. Coming down.
Y's moving.
Don't forget that Y guy has to also couple
lanes
onto the Y, so that takes a little bit of time too. And so they're off that.
They blew off the Y.
Yeah, they did.
Complete that contest, guys.
Coming up on overtime.
Hold up, gentlemen, you have overtime.
So you want to make sure you're on, especially in a.
Number 5 on your programs. Inmates from Seaford.
You want to make sure you're on, especially in a tournament like this where points are spread out, and you want to make sure you're on, because
this would be another situation where we would yell water. I don't know about you.
Yes.
But there would be someone who's looking at the Y and making sure that everyone is connected. Water. Not running with a gate here, obviously.
Right.
So the Hydra Man is controlling when the water is coming. And,
I mean, depending on how we were running and what we needed to run, we would yell water if we did. But we kind of had it. If there was some times up there where we needed to run a shot, I used to run in the back run tournament with my brother. We used to go with our count in our head count on where we think the Y is going to be connected, depending on what we have to.
Right.
Yeah.
Or, that. Or once they go down,
right?
They settle themselves
right.
down. Yeah.
Throw it, and we would throw it without them yelling water. We would kind of estimate it, and it works out well.
Yeah.
It works out good with doing it that way. But as I said, Seaford here needs want to point up again, right? I mean,
they're tied for first with Farmville.
Tied for first with Farmville. Farmville already ran, so this is a big shot for Seaford right now.
Okay, and they're off. Now they're running this a lot. They have a lot of guys here. There's a miss
at
the hydrant
and
the
dropped the coupling.
In this type of tournament,
this is the quick
make
makeup.
sure that you get water in the hose, even if it's a delayed stick. 18:45 for that.
But they still got to hustle here to try to hopefully get a point out of this.
So they're calling for water here.
Gentlemen, you have overtime.
Yep.
Some happy folks in the stands. I didn't think it was that hot out here.
So our drill leaders both missing.
Yep.
On the line to be number 10 on your programs, the Lions from Coram.
And who we got running second? Mike Kopeg?
I'm sorry, that was my error. Baldwin is in first with 13 points. Seaford and Farmingville tied for second with 11, and Kopeg in third with 8.
Okay.
Baldwin. All right.
Baldwin's going to run. They're going to run this contest. I know we haven't talked about this yet. I'm in old fashion out of motorized. Running in the rear of the pack is a big difference when you run. I love to run in the rear. I don't know about you.
Well, especially when you run events, very circumstantial.
Right. Like for a replacement, running.
If you got to play.
Running hose and running hose replacement is a very big advantage running in the rear.
If you got to play the game, then yeah. When there's not that many teams that are going to be able to put up a shot, and you know you can just dial one in, then yeah, running in the back is a huge, huge advantage. But when you have more than
teams, right? If they're gonna run, there is no advantage.
then you just got to put up a shot.
But you have that advantage running in the rear that you know that if people didn't put up a shot, like Baldwin right now, I'm Baldwin. I'm going to run a nice, easy efficiency shot here and get a completed shot and run my Y down. Make sure my connections are good, and you're going to sneak in there for points and get a bigger lead coming into the end of the day.
Sure. But would you say right now with the state tournament coming up in Hagerman in a few weeks, would you say that running in the back is an advantage?
No.
Guess it depends, right?
No.
It depends on what's there.
They did the lineup show the other day on that, and a lot of good comments came from those guys on the arch talking about different positions and running. You know, and I think it makes a difference who you're running in front of, too. If you have a team that's not that good, that has a tendency to wash or something, that can affect your run as a motorized team, like in B and C hose.
Sure. Where are you guys running?
We got 36.
Nice.
All right, quorum
so
is
they're
off.
off here.
Got water in the hose.
Little kink at the hydrant. Getting the hose out.
Ooh.
Be careful at that nozzle line.
Yeah.
He's staring right at it. It looks close to me. If
it looks close up here, it's got to be really close over there.
It's a good thing that I'm not calling it because.
You see now here they didn't move it over into the middle, which is a.
Gives that second nozzle man just a really hard hit. Blow off the line.
Call for water, but weren't ready.
Gentlemen, you have overtime.
And it's definitely frustrating for a team in the lead, especially. You got I think running in this drill, any state drill, any drill in general, running from the one spot is tough. Yeah. Running from the one spot is not an easy thing.
Last year we did. It was painful.
You know,
it's painful, especially when you don't put up a good shot.
Or if you put up a shot that.
On your programs, the slowpokes from Selden.
You put up a shot that you know can hang in there, and then you watch it just get dwindle and dwindle and dwindle down.
It's not a fun way to experience a tournament.
No.
And it's always put up a shot.
Right. And another thing, it's tough also, you know, and you look at like Farmingville hosting today. We've hosted a state old-fashioned. When you're hosting, it's not very easy also being the host in racing, especially if you're running like with a small amount of guys running your team and hosting. You're running around and you put a lot into it, and it's also not that easy.
The good thing for this tournament is, I'm just looking down the track. I'm looking at guys with rollers. I see some Miller Place extinguishers down there. See some other teams out there from Brookhaven that are working the track, so helping out Farmingville a little bit so they can just focus on the events. It's a good thing for them.
All right, who we got on the line here? We got Selden. Selden have some points. What do they got? 5.
Took 4 in running hose and 1 in, took a couple points in ladders and then 1 in replacement.
All right. Selden's given the course. And they're off.
Got a full efficiency team there.
Right,
water in 352. Now, that's a number that I would be looking for in this event.
Way over on the curb.
Okay, 11:05. Ooh, look at you. Okay, so they're spilling that water right where the Y-man is going to be hooking up. I'd like that a little drier spot. I think, is that first place right now?
I think it might be.
Is that a 28 or a 29?
Right at 29.25.
Time for Selden, 29.41. 29.41.
That first place, Mike?
Yes, it is.
29.
On the line to be number 15 on your programs, the Yellowbirds from Copeg.
Well, Copeg here can point up on the second place teams. So Kopeg coming into this event is sitting, I guess, fourth because there's a tie for second
With 8
and
points.
third with 8 points. Pointing up here, and we still have Baldwin to run. So Kopek has the course. They're going into their call-off. All right, and they're off. Got water and hose. Set up. Nice target hit. Here comes the Y.
My guy's moving. He's not connected yet.
And he's in, lays it in.
All 3 men connect.
All right.
Water.
That's probably your first place shot. I'm going to say like a 28. What did you get, Mike?
I missed the button.
Time for Cope.
Testing 1, 2.
2-5.
2-5.
9-9. 25-99.
So that's first right now.
Lenny, can you hear me? Testing 1, 2.
So that's your first place shot, Kopeg here. That will right now, if that holds, that brings him to 13.
On the line, running out of turn. With permission, number 8 on your programs.
Testing
the
1, 2.
Tomcats
Testing
from
1, 2.
Baldwin.
Baldwin has 13.
Baldwin currently has 13.
All right, so Baldwin puts up a shot here. We'll do some separation from the... Baldwin this year running an old-fashioned schedule. A little manpower issues, but it's good to see them on a track, just keeping their team going, which is important.
Course is theirs.
All right, Baldwin doing their call off. And they're off. Water and hose. Baldwin right over, head on the target.
Hit.
Target up. 10:34 in the first
Lenny, can you
evolution.
hear me?
Y's in. Nice clean connection they need here. They got water. All right, not going to be first, but it's going to be second. 4 points.
That might have been the best
Time for
first
Baldwin.
evolution.
Yeah.
2-7.39. 27-39.
That's second place right now. Baldwin pointing up now to...
On the line, number 19 on your programs. The Smoking Seagulls from Point Lookout, Lido.
And that was with the 430 stick. Now,
Is Lenny up there?
yes, he is.
Send him down.
Lenny, Fred is requesting you.
Your presence.
Lenny, Fred is requesting you downstairs. We're trying to get Lenny's mic back up.
Lenny, I got a
'cause
mic for you.
He does have a mic for you. That's working because Lenny's color commentation is fantastic. It's one of my favorites. So we have Point Lookout Lido on the line. Looking to point up here. What's the fifth place time?
Fifth place is a 35.93. Seacliff.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. But 35, fifth place. You know,
Sneak in there. Get a couple points.
couple points for Point Lookout. I think everyone scored today. Are we at everyone scoring today? Not yet. It's nice to see the points spread around. Well, Point Lookout is given the track.
Test 1, 2, test.
I heard
You guys
you
got
loud.
me?
Yes,
Loud
I
and
do.
clear.
All right. Game on.
All right. Oh.
Okay, this is Mr. the Hydrant.
All right, I got water and
Water
hose. Nozzle man running by himself.
Big boy.
Hose is nice
I
and
think
straight.
he can handle it. Nice.
Nice
hit.
targeted. Would you?
1366.
Okay.
1367. Look at that.
To pie, but See if there's a nice clean connection.
Okay, still
These
trying to
guys.
connect onto the Y right now.
Both of them
Looks like
standing up
initially
on
they
the-
needed
Hold it
a
up,
little
gentlemen,
more room.
Overtime.
That's another thing for this event too, making sure that the guys or gals on the nozzle are bringing that hose back.
Yep.
Towards the hydrant end so that they have enough room, and then once water's going through, you're making that charge back up
Yeah,
to those
I
targets.
used to tell everyone, you tell your nozzleman 2 steps back. Same with running hose replacement, 2 steps back then over.
Yep.
Gives your guys a little bit of extra room. Running hose replacement, you can play with your replacement mate, make it a little bit longer. You can help that, but in efficiency replacement, you can't do anything. 'Cause
Right.
that's your
There's no
efficiency
room.
hose. There's no room to be changing that or fixing that at that point.
I
So.
ran that top coupling. You have to take 2 steps back or you're going to be short.
And that's another thing of that top coupling is you don't want that coupling man to tighten it all the way down. It's really just turn and a half.
Yep.
He's on, so it's an easier break when it comes.
Roll
All
the equipment. Results of the efficiency replacement contest. First place, 5 points. Number 15, Copain. Second place, 4 points. Number 8, Baldwin. Third place, 3 points. Number 13, Selden. In fourth place, 2 points. Number 1, Farmingville. Total points to completion of 5 contests. Farmingville 13, Seacliff 4, Plainview 2, Seaford 11, Baldwin 17, Selden 8, Lindenhurst 5, Copay 13.
All right,
so
so
Selden,
Don't forget
Baldwin.
Baldwin pulling
Baldwin.
away.
Also the souvenir T-shirts are behind the bleachers. Also some nice cold beer, cold soda, cold pop.
Tough
Pop.
drill
And some
to come
delicious
back.
hamburgers, hot dogs, cheeseburgers, and other delicious
just-
items at the
just as an
refreshment
update,
stand.
as Bill's talking, looks like we have sound on the live stream.
All
so
right.
welcome everyone to the 2019 State Old Fashioned.
Yeah, big ups
In
to our
Rich.
audience.
Fred, are we going to do a commercial? I know we just got on, but we should pay some bills. Fred, are you on? Maybe not.
I'm listening.
He's listening.
Fred's been working his butt off down there.
Fred has
Gotta
been
Thank you,
working.
Fred.
help him
Fred,
out
thank
and-
you for everything you do. You are.
He's been up and down these arch stairs several
You
times.
know, for those of you out there listening, we do our best, and those of us on the air, you text us and email us or whatever, and you think we can do a lot about it, and we do what we can. And Fred knows what's going on, and Chris knows what's going on, and all our engineers, they do their best, folks. But remember, this is a free streaming thing, and we want it to come to you smooth, but it doesn't always happen that way. So please be patient with us. That's all.
All right, so
We're.
I'm gonna get in trouble if
sorry.
I don't do this.
Okay.
Just
Do
a-
it.
Gotta get it. Oh, all right. Well, we got commercial. But I'll throw it in. Steven, go to bed. I love you. It's my son. I'll be quiet now.
As well as the Firefighter Combat Challenge
You guys hear
competition.
commercials?
Fox Company is the recognizing name and recognizing people. Check them out on Facebook, Twitter, and on the web at www.billfoxco.com. Since 1973, Fire News has been a proud supporter of the time-honored tradition of New York State drill team racing. As they approach 50 years covering the fire service throughout New York and beyond, Fire News is honored to continue as the official publication online coverage of New York State drill teams. Look for ongoing coverage in Fire News on firenews.com and on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The Titan Group is the trusted name in apparel customization industry as a one-stop shop for all your drill team and department needs. As always, we offer all our in-house services, screen printing, embroidery, sublimation, and graphic design. Take advantage of our custom online ordering system. Simply choose your products, choose your logos, and have your members pay online. All your orders are separated upon delivery. Browse our vendor catalogs at www.titangrouapparel.com and follow us on Instagram at Titan Group Racing. Call us at 631-859-0075 or see Artie Seskine or Devin Robinson on the track. All 8, all day. Get up, get on. Titan Group. Rosenbauer Fire Apparatus is proud to be named as the exclusive fire apparatus manufacturer of New York State drill teams. Rosenbauer is the #1 manufacturer of fire trucks on the planet and the industry leader in the next generation of reliable safety evolutions like the Smart Aerial Control System. If your department is considering an apparatus purchase, start the conversation with the local team at Eagle Fire Equipment and ensure top-notch service with their partners at Nassau Fire Apparatus. Call area code 855-222-1075 or like them on Facebook. Integrated Wireless Technologies is proud to be part of the New York State Drill Team family as the exclusive Motorola dealer for New York State drill teams. IWT is the Motorola manufacturer's representative and offers the full line of Motorola products to fire department as well as David Clark headsets and sound-off signal emergency lights. IWT is your one-stop shop for custom-engineered radio solutions, licensing assistance, dispatch solutions, and top-notch reliable service with fully insured technicians. Start your next radio upgrade with IWT. Check out their website at www.goiwt.com. With over 25 years of service in the fire industry, High Tech Fire and Safety continues to be a proud sponsor of New York State drill teams. High Tech has been honored to serve as master distributor for Morning Pride products, including state-of-the-art bunker gear, USAR gear, EMS gear, helmets, gloves, hoods, and boots. In addition to Morning Pride gear by Honeywell, High Tech also provides quality products, including ISG thermal imaging cameras and CMC rescue products and Deuce rescue systems, providing your fire department with the highest level of support and service for all your personal protection equipment needs. For personalized demos, speak to a certified sales specialist. Call 631-777-5170 or visit hightechfirenewyork.com. Not every evolution in vehicle rescue technology costs tens of thousands of dollars. The Beluga Glass Cutter finally makes windshield removal quick and safe, and fire departments can add the Beluga Glass Cutting Kit to their rescue setup for only $5.95. Head to www.coastalfiresystems.com to check out the Beluga in action. The groundbreaking FDNY electronic accountability system is now available to departments nationwide from Systems Definition Incorporated or your local Motorola dealer. SDI is the well-known software application developer for FDNY and is the company behind this game-changing technology. Now, SDI has paired with New York fire departments, including Central Islip, to solve the challenge of accounting for members who respond after the tones go off. Keep track of your members at your next big incident. A proven solution designed with the New York State Volunteer Department in mind. For more information, visit systemsdefinition.com. Coastal Fire Systems is the official SCBA dealer for New York State drill teams. Scott Air Packs, cylinders, RAT packs, refill compressor systems, gas detectors, high-end boots, Protec and Dragon fire gloves, as well as the future in thermal imaging technology. Coastal is also the one-stop dealer for Petzl, Scott, CMC, Colorado bailout systems.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how about these officials? They do it every year, and they do it all year. Give me a hand for the officials.
Coastalfiresystems.com. Attention firefighters, are you still tracking your SCBA cylinders using paper and pencil? Stop the insanity and get the CAT Cylinder Accountability Tag System from Coastal Fire Systems.
Here we go.
The CAT makes refilling cylinders simple and easy, ensuring that your members never overfill a cylinder or fill one with an expired hydrostatic testing. Let the CAT system handle the record keeping, inventory, alerts, and OSHA paperwork for you. There's only one place you can get the CAT system, and that's Coastal Fire Systems.
All right, Fred, let us know. Coastal Fire Systems is great. We got to move on.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Just before I announce this next contest, we'd like to thank the Selden and Farmingville Rescue Squads for being here tonight, standing by. Hopefully we don't have to use them, but they are here and devoting their time to that. Next contest tonight will be run is the efficiency contest. State record is 8.40, and it's held by Central Islip.
All right, so 8:40 is this.
Time is 15 seconds. First team on the line will be number 1 in your program. The Bandits from Farmingville.
Just a quick rundown on total points. Here we go.
Baldwin is sitting in first at 17 points. Farmingville and Copeg are tied for second with 13. St. James is in, Seaford is in third with 11. Selden in fourth with 8. And Seacliff in fifth with 5.
All right, so Farmingville is up on the line. This is a big shot for them.
They can run some efficiency. I've seen them run some low 9s, folks. Hang on to your seats.
Okay, and they're off. So watch the hydrant.
A little too quick on the stick.
Still got to complete.
I don't know if it was a miss on the click or if the stick was a little
Flap,
early.
11:55.
Yeah, it's going to hurt the Bandits.
Time for Farmingville. 11.57.
Ooh.
11.57.
You know, they're pretty sharp on their
Yeah.
hydrant, on their click turn, a click stick. So
On
I'm
the
gonna
line
say
to be number 2 on your programs, the Indians from Seacliff.
might have been a slight miss on the click because they usually click stick right there for the Bandits.
I mean, to me, it looked like his shoulder never dipped, so maybe it was a little bit early on the stick.
And
Yeah,
such a
from
fine
here
line in
it's
efficiency,
tough.
right, guys?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't, that stick person is trained. When that guy clicks or girl clicks, that's it. Throw it down. Win, lose, or draw. I had 314 on the miss, and that's usually right where they are, 3-1, 3-0.
Yeah, I was a little quicker than that. I had 3:05.
Yeah,
Both
again,
both good numbers though.
that's where they want to be.
Yep.
And it just, if the hydroman doesn't hang the coupling.
You know,
there
and
you
it
go.
also matters the track too, where you're going with your stick. I mean, if you don't have the guys to get the hose out, like at a Hempstead track, and you try to throw that stick at a 3-0, and you don't have the legs, it's creating more of a problem than anything else. I mean, we're going to look forward to some really good water. Listening to the Hageman drill, it looks like it's going to be overall good for all the events out there coming up in a couple weeks.
So who's the best team here in efficiency, guys? Old-fashioned.
I would say we just saw it.
Yeah.
Okay,
team.
so Farmingville.
Baldwin.
Yeah, you'd know better than
You
I.
know, Baldwin can run efficiency. I mean, they did last year. Yeah. Kopeg.
Oh yeah, sure, Kopek, of
Kopek.
course. Yep. Okay, so they got 6 guys here. The hose is definitely going to be straight. Water's coming through.
Water wasn't on until after 5. He's right up on the nozzle line, but he has a nice hit.
Okay, so that's a 12.
What was that, 1266? The doctor
Time for
is in.
Seacliff. 12.66. 12.66.
I do
Hot
some
thumb.
things right.
Hot thumb.
On the line to be number 3 on your programs, the Plainsman from Plainview.
So Plainview, they're not having the day they want. Last year was kind of moving up a little bit, Plainview. Placed in the state. I think they took third.
They had the first place replacement shot.
Yeah, third place I think they took last year. I think we had a 3-way tie for 5th, and then first, second, third, and 4th, right? Just is that what it's 3-way last year?
So, Jay,
Man,
I'm
I can't
a
remember.
Suffolk guy, Jay. I know
Can't remember.
Plainsview, back in the day, they had a motorized team for a long time, and
Yeah.
they've done some old-fashioned on and off. This was a competitive team, right? What am I saying, 50s, 60s maybe?
Yeah, I think in
Plainview?
the mid-60s they were competitive, in the early
Okay.
60s. Which I call 60s. The 60s to 70s was the heyday for the amount of teams, I think, in this sport, where I remember in the early 70s going to the Hempstead drill, if you got out of your seat, you didn't get back in.
I'm with you, brother. As a
Are you
kid,
that old?
I remember,
Yeah.
Yes, Jason.
dude, you had to go underneath the bleachers, right, Jay, right, and
Yeah.
climb up
Yeah.
from underneath, and you hoped your parents saved you a spot,
Yes.
and you had to bring them a hot dog for them to save you a spot.
Yeah.
So,
But the pictures,
was tough.
the pictures alone from those tournaments are amazing.
Yeah.
oh, the crowds they drew were just crazy good.
Okay, and so they're off here. Okay, water is in the hose. He's running with that line behind
This
his
is
back.
a pretty
You see
good
that?
run here. Hit it. Nice.
There you go.
11:15.
Okay.
And
That's a low
not
11
running
right
a stick,
there.
Man. That's, you
Time for
run-
Plainview. 11.14. 11.14.
So that's first place so far, right?
Yep.
Now, Jay, I'm looking at their stream and what was left on the track.
On to be number 5 on your programs, the inmates from Seaford.
So it is a bit soapy.
You said soapy, I didn't, but
I'm just saying, bubbly.
I was
How's
leaning
that?
that
It's a
way,
little bubbly.
but all the way back, right to where the nozzle, And folks, I think what Jay's leading toward is some teams would like the water to move through their hose faster. And I'm playing with Jay here, but if you put something in your hose and you can get the water to go through faster, more power to you. But if you get caught with something in your hose, you're in trouble.
I think
So-
it's more of they WD-40 their nozzle, their couplings
Could
beforehand.
be the couplings, yeah. There's a lot of residue on the track right now, guys. You'll see it. Let's not be shy.
So, very important shot right now for Seaford to keep them in this game.
Okay, so they have 13.
They have 11.
11.
They have 11. Okay, this is
This is an
Replacement.
important shot to keep them in the game. They're coming out here. Seaford's coming out here with right now, and the gauge we have, the best true old-fashioned team on the track right now are the Seaford inmates.
Do we know by any chance best time of the year for this team?
It's in the 10s, I think, this year. It's only one.
Well, right
drill.
now that's first place shot, but if they really want to make it harder on anyone else,
they need
something in the
here
nines.
to keep themselves in the game. We only got this is 2 contests left after this, so Seaford's given the track.
Okay.
So
All right,
Seaford
and they're
winning the
off.
drill. Good start.
Coming into the hydrant.
Looks like that first coupling man is
Oh,
having
low,
a hard
but
time.
Middle loop man
No.
is
Got it
way
out.
in front.
Yeah, but he slowed down the stick. This might be an advantage for them. Oh, good hit.
It's a 10.
Okay.
It's a 10. It's probably like a 10-6 or so.
It's what Seaford needed to do. They
first
needed to
place
get
shot.
some points.
Seaford, 10.60, 1060.
That delay on the handle, I'm going to tell you right now, helped them because they were not getting that hose out if they didn't delay that handle. I don't know if that was by design, that
You know, honestly,
delayed
It looked
stick.
like he bounced.
It could
Did
be.
it? I was just, usually I'm looking at the Hydra man because I'm a Hydra man, but on that particular run, I was looking at that first coupling guy, and he was way behind because I think he was struggling getting that coupling on.
Right.
And so, that's pretty good. That's pretty good awareness for that Hydrant team if they
If
saw
they saw
that,
that and
turn
they-
it off, turn
and
it back on.
held that stick a little bit.
You
just
know
'cause-
that you don't need to scream and run here.
Right.
So, yeah.
So in fairness, we talked about some residual stuff on the track. We have the same thing after that race. So possibly it's coming from the hydrant. It's not one team.
It could be.
So.
That's
We saw it 2 teams in a row.
So our leaders of the drill on the line here, they need to keep up right here. And not that they need a first place shot. You know, just get up there, second, third, right here. Just keep your points in.
Farmingdale right now is sitting in third here, so.
Farmingville in
So
third.
right now they have 3 points.
Right, so, you know, big shot for Baldwin here to maintain their lead.
Huge.
Okay,
Solid
so here
shot
they are,
right
running
here.
with
Got
that
some big
turn on
points.
man, as I see. Yes.
Give them the track,
Okay,
and here
so
they
they're
go.
off.
Water and hose.
Water
Ooh, nice stick. They're going to be happy. Just
They're
hit it,
moving that
just
hose
hit
way
it.
over to the right side. If they want it.
Ooh.
What do you got?
Did I get him?
You're going to see some happy Tomcats.
Time
out
for
there.
Baldwin, 10.36,
Okay.
1036.
So our leaders right now pointed up on
Number 10 on your programs,
the 2
Lions
teams behind them.
Gorham.
And I used to tell my guys, I don't care, just point up. Point up, and I have 1 point to 2. 1 point's 1 point.
Okay, so who are we looking at here? We got Quorum up right now. Then we got Selden. Then we have Kopeg. And Point Lookout. Yes?
So you're getting some strategy from Jay Podolsky in that I'm leading the drill. There's only a certain amount of races left. Keep scoring.
Keep scoring.
Keep adding to your total. And
Eventually they can't catch up to you.
They might be able to chip away 1 or 2 at a time, but if you keep scoring and scoring well, you're going to be okay.
I mean, locking up a tournament in Motor Pump or 2-1 for us is it's nice to have it locked up before you go into buckets
Yes.
because the bucket contest, anything can happen in the bucket contest. From the best bucket team to the worst.
One man can eat the ladder and the whole race
The
can be
whole
gone.
thing is over. So it's nice when you lock it up before you go into buckets, and maybe it's nice to win it when you're in buckets too. But it's nice to lock it up before. All right, we have Quorum on the line.
scoring.
I think Quorum's looking for their first points of the day here.
That would be nice to see that happen. I'd like to see when everyone gets to take home a little hardware at the end of the day.
These tweeners are important, huh, Jay?
Yeah, these tweeners can make a big deal right
Make a
now.
big difference.
Okay, so that looks like the first coupling man and the middle drag guy are out a little bit late, but the hose is
They got
straight.
water in the hose.
And
Oh,
they're pretty close to
yeah,
that line, too.
they got nailed on that. They're over. They were
And the
close
Nozzleman
in
tried to
replacement.
overrun it a little. He got limited.
There's K-Mac. Nozzle
No
was
time
over
for
the
Quorum.
line.
Nozzle was over the nozzle line when the target was hit.
Ooh.
Rule 1307.
Said he stretched
So-
it out.
I mean, that's knowing your equipment.
What kind of hose are they using?
You know, it could be Joe Boy hose that's stretched. You know,
Well, guys, just to go over the rule, it's one thing for your host to stretch and you go over, but the rule is
Line to be number 13 on your programs. The slow pokes from Sheldon.
the tip of the
Planning check
nozzle
camera
can't be
7.
over the line when the target is tripped. So
Correct.
sometimes these guys surge and go over the line and pull back, but our officials have determined that when they trip
I
the
just make
target,
sure we're not.
tip
I
of the
make-
nozzle was over the line, and that's a DQ.
When the target is tripped.
Correct.
Correct.
But I make it easier, just run with short hose.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, no. Okay. Hold on. We found out two things about Jay. They're running with short hose, which you just found out, and the second thing is that they're running with 2 inches. So I'm not sure.
He never said it was too
He'll
short.
even
I didn't say it was
best-
too short. I
Not
said it
too
was
short.
shorter.
No, that's not what I
Camera
heard.
7.
Okay, so let's see.
Check
Top
camera
5 so
7.
far. Baldwin 1036.
We learned something else. You care way too much
Seaford
about Jay's hose.
1060. Plainview 1114.
Plenty. Check camera 7 for me.
Farmingville 1157.
Which camera?
Camera 7. It
Camera
went blank.
7. Where do you want it?
It went blank. You have a picture?
We have a picture here.
I have a picture up here, Fred. I'm moving it now.
I
Do you
have
see it,
nothing.
Fred?
I have nothing.
We have a picture.
No, I have no picture.
All right, so Jay, you work with that with Fred, and here comes our next run.
Okay, and they're off.
Turn on, man.
Water is in the hose. 353. Hose is out.
This looks good.
Maybe a little bit of a kink right there.
Ah,
Oh, I hit it too.
1222.
I had water a little bit past the plate. That was 1090. So that would have been right there.
I
Time
thought
for Sheldon. 1-2.23. 12-23.
Okay, so that is 5th place right now.
I thought that run looked really good till the very end. It looked like they didn't pull a hose out. The last
7
50
on.
feet or whatever, they didn't keep full stride.
Yeah, that nozzle length had a loop in it. Looked like.
And when there's a loop, what happens?
Right, the water stops. goes
Slows the water
backwards.
down, folks. Friction, our worst enemy here in efficiency.
and that's what we said before about, make sure your efficiency team to get out. Running the best handle in the world. You could run a 3-flat handle, and if your hose isn't getting out and water's going backwards,
On the line
you
to
ain't
be
running
number
efficiency.
15 on your program, the Yellowbirds from Copic.
All right, now this is a big shot for Kopek.
Yeah.
Kopek has 13 points. First place is 1036. Kopek can run.
They can run a 9, so
You run a 9 here. You run a 1035, and you're in good shape. So,
I mean, Baldwin's hoping for Kopeg to tween Seaford right now,
Yes.
and that's doing the watching, the praying, the
Whatever you got to do.
Harry Moon, the whatever you're gonna do. We all do it, sit you jinx a team when they're running. I've done it to Justin a few times.
yeah, great. What happened?
You missed a couple.
Oh,
times.
good.
I did that in efficiency for you guys in 14,
Gotta
and it worked well.
Yeah,
This
well,
ain't part of the racing,
our
guys.
backup man fell down.
Well, it worked.
Yeah, well,
This one time.
who were you looking at when you were giving your danger
I don't
fingers? Or
I don't
whatever?
remember.
You're looking at me.
Too much
called the
information
whammy.
there.
All right, Kopeg, important shot.
Kopig knowing how to run this race.
They have the
folks.
track.
Their
Here they go.
Draggers
Okay,
are
they're
on the
off.
run. Here they come.
Water and hose.
Good stick. Good
353.
lay. Put the flap down. Here we go.
Yeah,
Nice.
there we go.
There you go.
First place, that's it. 944.
Not even close.
And like we're saying, not a crazy handle.
For Copic. 9.52.
Put the needle on the record.
9.52.
I had a 3-5 stick.
You don't need
The
it.
hose
On
was
the line to
straight.
be number
pin
19
straight.
on your programs, the Smoking Seagulls from Point Lookout.
Great run by Kopek.
I mean, just textbook right there by the Kopig Yellowbirds. Nobody even close to them. And Point Lookout with a shot to beat them, but I don't know if they can run that kind of run.
Great shot when you need it.
Right, and you
Great
gotta
shot
run.
when you
You
need
gotta
it.
run your shots, and we always say run your shots when the pressure's on. You gotta do it. I mean, that separates good teams from non-good teams is when you can run when the pressure's on.
And again, we were talking about this before as far as advantages in this game is just track time.
Right.
And, I mean, you're talking about, the motorized teams that are here have a supreme advantage because they have run efficiency how many times?
Right.
Maybe 7 times already this year. if they got out to everything. So
And that's when it comes to the old-fashioned teams that need to be on the track twice a week. You know,
Right.
you don't have a tournament in for 3 weeks in a row, but you know what? That track time and all that is what's making you a better team.
and
So point
you know,
lookout, Seagulls, here they come, guys.
All right, point look out.
Nozzle Man way out there. He's got a good start on this. He can get this straight and get some water in the hose. Stretch it out. He's all alone on the nozzle, guys. Wow, he's solid, though. Chalk up one for the big guys. He took that on
Okay, so
his
that's not going to be
own.
first
He was
place.
solid.
That could
Time
be
for
points.
point lookout. 1-4.45. 14:45.
Okay, well, not points. So Kopech with a huge shot.
Jay, did you see that man set up all by himself?
He has run
All
that.
by himself.
He has
Solid
run
as a
by himself
rock.
for at least 6 years
Yeah.
as
He
a
don't
nozzle
need
man.
no
so
help.
don't look
There.
at-
Yeah.
He always runs by himself.
And I don't think anybody could keep up with him anyway. He is fleet of foot.
He is fast,
He is fast for a big guy.
and he is strong. But seeing teams like that out, they Point Lookout has been an on and off team, but they've come out a lot. You know, we're missing a lot of teams from this, and we brought it up. Justin Miller plays in Belmont missing, but we're missing a lot of other teams that used to come out. We used to have Franklin Square out all the time, Valley Stream,
Valley Stream, yeah. Limbrook.
Wrong equipment. Results of the efficiency contest. First place, 5 points. Number 15, Kopech. Second place, 4 points. Number 8, Baldwin. Third place, 3 points. Number 5, Seaford. Fourth place, 2 points. Number 3, Plainview. And fifth place, 1 point. Number 1, Farmingville.
So this drill has tightened up.
Yes, it has.
All right, let's break it down, Mike.
Oh, that was just the target.
Sorry,
problem.
folks. Yeah, we're hearing a
All right,
little
so-
stuff on the arch here. But, yeah, let's
Baldwin
get
out
an
first
update.
with 21 points. Second to them is Kopech now with 18 points. Then
All right.
we've got a tie for third. Seaford and Farmingville both with 14. And Selden would be fifth, 8 points.
Nice.
So
The two
Is
events
this-
to go.
this is starting to come down to a 2-team race for
Yep.
the top.
2 races to go. 21
2 races to go. 10 points available. Max. And 2-1, the motor pump of the old-fashioned division. An interesting event.
Not my favorite.
How many
I'll let you
couplers?
guys play with this. This is a crazy
Yeah, well,
event
you know,
to me.
it's funny. It's funny that you say that because I feel like this is an event that is not as appreciated because it's not an event that the juniors run. And so a lot of the motorized guys aren't really into 2-1 because they look at it like it's silly. It's a great event.
It is a great event.
It was one of my favorite events. It takes a lot to complete it. It takes a lot to do it right.
Yeah.
A lot of coupling going
A
on.
lot of skills.
I said there's a lot. You got 6 coupling spots on this event. 6.
Yep.
So the 6 coupling spots that you have, there's more couplings you have, the more errors you can have. So
Okay,
are there
let's
tricks?
talk about
Are there
it.
tricks to this?
Well, let's break it down first. Let's break it down first. Okay. So we have a front hydrant guy, right? That's a regular efficiency hydroman. Then you have a back.
Can I
hydrant
chime in, or you want me to turn my mic off?
Stop.
I'll turn it off.
You
Hold
can
on,
you can
we'll-
make
hold
you
on,
can
let
make
me-
the
You don't wanna
motor
hear
pump
from me,
noises
then.
later.
We'll
okay?
field questions in a couple minutes.
Fair enough.
All right, so we got the front hydrant guy. We got the back hydrant guy. We have 3 couplers
On the Y.
on the Y. One of which is the person who is holding the Y.
Well, you can run it that
Sometimes.
way. You can run it that way.
Okay.
But you can run with someone else coupling it as well.
Then that means that you're taking someone away, and where are you taking that person away from?
Well, you guys
Stick.
run with a stick. We never did.
No.
Yep.
We ran with a dragger
Right.
on the hydrant length. 'cause
As did we.
So, but I dragged the rear hydrant length, but I also coupled the rear spud on the Y.
Right, and so you would have
I ran
a couple
between
flanks.
the spuds on the Y and got that front hydrant length out.
Right. And then you have your nozzle man, and you have your backup guy. You're going a shorter distance.
Right.
This is a great event.
It is. So like you said, like different, like this, you could run this different. You guys run with a turn-on man. I ran with from talking to different people, I wanted my first hydrant length, a dragger on it, where it was pinned straight to the Y.
Well, that's okay.
So,
So
that was my
what water is hitting the target?
the first hydrant water.
Right.
Front spot.
Right. So then something that we also started to talk about was when are we turning that back hydrant on?
I used to delay it. I ran the back hydrant. I used to delay it
Because
a
you just
lot.
want it, right? You want it to just support that main stream,
Right.
right? But because if you're turning on at the exact same time,
They're
it's
hitting
too
together.
turbulent,
Right.
inside of the Y. Yeah. So I mean, this is the type of stuff that we would look at too once you were getting a little bit better at it. I think our best time ever was an 8:08.
That was an 8:32
8:36.
or 8:36.
So you're getting down under like 8.5. You're doing it.
Right.
You're doing it.
It's-
We would just running front hydrant in this event. I was looking, if possible, to get this under 3.
Right.
For a turn on.
Correct.
Because you could do it in this event. You only have 50 feet of hose, right?
Right.
As long as you had, and I feel like this is the secret, is the speed of the guy who is carrying the Y,
Correct.
100%.
right? Because as
it's
long
gotta
as
be
that
out.
length is that right.
Speed and strength.
Yeah.
It's also you have the guy have a little more meat on him.
So
To me,
So let's do this for a second, right? Because up here, and he's just sitting here like giving combos and stuff right now. But we have from Miller Place, Anthony Borelli, who ran the Y spot. So I think it'd be a good thing if we could pick his brain a little bit and see how he kind of looked at it. No, it's all right. You wanna? Okay. All right. So Anthony's coming on here with his beautiful, glorious jet up
this is nice.
shirt.
shut up.
So.
Wow. Look at
Wow.
All right, so go through being the person on the Y. Go through that.
All right. So probably the most important thing that we had to
Stay
take
in
care
bed.
of in the beginning was our call, and that's something that Steve Rass and myself we kind of took care of that immediately. And then you just have to really like trust the two people, because the way that we ran Miller Place ran it was so I was the Y carrier and I coupled on myself, so I had 2 other people behind me coupling in. So you just had to trust in them, and I pretty much went off a little shove. Like it was just like once I'd hear the click, it was like no second thought. Once they gave me the shove, I knew that it was time for me to go. No second thought. And then, like Justin was saying, like you have to run it out fast. And Jay, you touched on it. You have to run it like a bull too. So I just ran it as fast as I could, and I dipped my shoulder down, just tried to pull it out, and then I just put the Y gun on the concrete. And that's pretty much it. But
Now when we talk about and different advantages in the sport, you know, on your hose in this event, on what size lengths you have where, you want a little longer length on that back hydrant, and a shorter length on that front hydrant, all equaling 144, of course.
Right.
But have those lanes set like that, because if you have too much of a kink, that actually takes the Y man, swings him to the right or swings him to the left. When that Y man
Last
gets
call
down,
for
he wants to
50,
point
50.
that actually. I
Check
mean,
with
when
the
you were
guys
doing it
going
right, you
around
wanted
for
to
tickets.
point
Last call for
the
50,
nozzle
50.
thing at the
It's all
target
right
when
on
you're
this
laid.
contest.
it's
That-
almost like I was hitting. the
Right,
target with the
that's
Y.
what we used to tell our Y man is you're hitting the target with the Y, because that gave me a straight run to the target
Yeah.
that he's going to go. Because we all know
$500 so far to the winner. $500.
any kinks that you have or anything, it's going to slow your time down.
Right.
But it's a fun event to run. As Justin said, it might be a little boring to some guys to watch, but when you actually go to run it, it's when it's run right, it's and you can feel it's run right.
Yeah. So whatever question we were going to ask Lenny, we could just not ask that.
Yeah, we're
anymore,
done.
Because
We're
after that performance I just saw, I don't even know if I can. Oh gosh.
Lenny,
Anyway,
you can still make the motor pump sounds when they run 2 to 1. All right. Once water goes through the Y, you could just start to give it
just
some
because I
reps.
will say this, just because something is hard doesn't mean that it's stupid, right? Would you
Yeah,
agree
I
with that?
agree.
All right. I mean, I'm a teacher, so like I'll go into things with that mindset. I'm not looking at 2 into 1 thinking, this is dumb because it's hard. I'm gonna go into it with a positive mindset.
When's
So-
the last time you saw 2 hydrants feeding into one nozzle?
Oh boy.
Besides
At a really,
At a
fire?
I'm a fireman, so
ahead.
Right. yeah.
ahead.
Well,
No, I mean-
I did
mean
mention to Lenny
privately. I
before.
don't
I
know
was
what
like,
you
nice
guys are up
service
to
loop,
on
and he was
the
talking about the
side,
rope.
but- Go ahead.
Oh boy.
But
I
you
can't hear
might
you.
have
What?
2 hydrants feeding something. I don't know.
Okay, you don't know. Okay,
They don't
so
know.
it's not
I'm just saying
practical, and
it's fireman stuff.
It's, you know what? If you guys like the race, I laid off, and you brought my name up, so I chimed in. But not my favorite race. That's all. Let's go 2 into 1.
Fred, if you're on, we lost video again, just so you know.
Yeah, that's good, Lynn. Anyway, this
good timing,
is,
Fred.
This
Good
is,
timing.
Buddy, have you ever run 2 into 1?
Next contest we run is a 2 into 1 contest.
Is that the first question?
7.80.
This is question letting
And
time?
it's
Okay.
Center,
This be fun.
Woodlanders. Overtime is 15 seconds.
I have run
First
2.
team on the line and be number 1 on your programs. The Bandits from Farmingville.
So just quick, you don't want to hear much about it, but I have run 2 into 1.
Okay.
It wasn't pleasant, but
Where, when?
I was on the line right here in Ridge. The town of Brookhaven drill used to require it, so we ran here a couple of times, and I was one of the guys hooking to the Y at the line and watching the guy take off, and hopefully he didn't lose any limbs.
An
when he ran down the track.
underappreciated position. And I would say a clutch position
Yeah,
at
if
that.
that's what you want to call it. Hey, listen.
You gotta have some stones running that spot because if you start to clink on, I mean, we've been through that.
Yeah. Right.
You get a couple people on there that are not really sure if they're on or not, and then
Hey,
you're
listen,
blown
if
up.
you guys
and I
like
look
it,
at that
go
spot,
for it.
I look at that spot like a bucket team. You get a 2 into 1 team, it needs to be together because everything is done in it's very seamless, and you can't. It sounds stupid, and people say rocking the Y, and there's a whole bunch of different stuff. I mean, brass is glass, and that's what you gotta. We teach our guys on the Y to run it.
All right, so
one
Farmerville
time
is up
at
here.
2
Fun-
into 1 camp.
Yes. Well, you can come to 2
2
into 1
into
camp.
1. What does that tell you right there?
2 into 1.
All right, so Farmingville.
Fun fact: Farmingville is using our equipment,
Okay.
so a little Brookhaven love right there.
All right.
I'll try to be quiet, but it won't be easy.
All right.
So Farmingville in the mix still for this drill.
All right, so just what I'm looking at right now, I see the back hydrant guy. I see the front hydrant guy. I got a lot of people on the Y there. It looks like 2 couplers and the Y holder. We got the nozzle man, backup man.
And they run
So-
that front dragger.
All right, so they're out. Both hydrants on at the same time. We got a blow off at the Y. So they got to get that back on. Nozzle man, backup man are already set up. Water is through.
Hold up, gentlemen. You have overtime.
What's overtime here? 10?
14, I think he
14.
said.
Oh, for 10. If it was 10, we might have a lot of overtime teams.
Yes.
All right, so there you
Line
go.
Number 2 on your programs. The Indians from Seacliff.
So that has
Hopefully everybody
eliminated
was entertained. Hopefully
Farmingville
everyone
from the
was
drill
entertained
today.
by that run.
So who do we have left that can win this drill?
Kopek can run 2 into 1.
So we have left that
Seen
can
it.
win this drill.
I mean, we got Baldwin and we have Kopek.
And what has Seaford got?
21, 18, and Seaford has 14. So they got to put up a shot. So
They got a
Technically
7-point
still in the
lead.
mix.
They have 7-point lead on the third place team, and close with the second. So this is going to be another big run for Seaford, who did put up last time. They did put up their shot they needed to do.
all right, so who's on the line here?
This tournament we have
This is Seacliff.
Seacliff on the line.
And they have
Seacliff
5
actually
points.
some points for the day. There's a 5th battalion team that normally comes out for their battalions.
Don't you
and
blame
they're-
it on the equipment. How's my? Oh, good. Where's my adapter? The back. All right. Was it okay?
All right, so Justin
okay?
arguing a little bit about
All
the
right.
race. And
So I bought a 50-50 today because it seems like this radio crew is very lucky lately.
we've had some luck. You're right. But
Oh.
let's see if we can be entertained here in 2 into 1.
All right, Seacliff
Let's see if
on
a
the line.
team can entertain us.
Seacliff is running with an extra coupling guy on the Y,
Okay,
except
so
for the
they're
Y
still,
holder.
They're still on the
This
line.
is
They're
riveting
off.
right here. Coupling's not together. The Y's not together.
Okay, so they got to get this whole thing together before they're doing anything. So they're still coupling on. Not giving water yet till they're set up.
And they're still
Hold
not
up,
on.
gentlemen. You have overtime.
All right, so we have an overtime for Seacliff.
I mean, Lent,
2 into
so
1. What a
your,
race.
in your defense, I can see why. But there's just so many things that are wrong
On the
on
line
so
to be
many
number 3
levels
on your
here,
programs.
you know.
The Plainsman from Plainview.
And it just comes down to like basic coupling. and not to like poo-poo any of the effort that's going on with the teams that are out here right now, but coupling is just like is a basic skill.
A basic thing.
Basic skill, and just making sure that everything is coupled on when you're leaving the line, even if it's slow, even if it's not screaming, just making
Correct.
sure that everything is on.
A clean connection.
That's the first thing that you're doing.
And what I said before, if you're rocking that Y and you got the back guys clicking, the Y goes up in the air, that top coupling guy can't get his coupling on because all of a sudden it just went up in the air, and then you're done. So it's nice and smooth. It's not about hard, fast. It's a nice, smooth Y that you need to take off the line. I mean,
Y carrier, you got to be a
stabling, right? And that's, you know, that's why I said the Y guy with a little strength
it's not
too.
easy.
No.
To train yourself not to move at all, even when everybody else is leaving you. You're
The
the last one to leave.
Yeah.
And then again, I mean, how many times have some of these teams run this event?
Right.
It's hard. It's really hard. So, I mean, we've been there, just putting in that practice time. 2 nights a week.
And you used to have a lot of guys practice the Y in general.
Okay, so they're off. So the Y is a little bit behind, but now he's making his move here.
Ooh.
So the hydrant person there they were on it.
She went down pretty hard.
Got a little clothesline from that hydrant lamp, looked like.
Yeah.
Time for Plainview.
That actually looked good.
11.87. 11.87.
Hats off to Plainview.
Okay, so is that the first
First
the
time.
first time for today?
First place. Well, here comes
Number
Seaford.
5 on your programs, the inmates from Seaford.
Okay, so they probably have had the most time running this event
Practicing.
out of all of the teams.
That are running today.
So let's keep our fingers crossed that they have a good solid run here. They should just be thinking about doing their job right, not at maximum speed, just doing it efficiently, right?
They just
Make
need
sure
to
they
keep
complete-
points up, and then we said buckets. You don't know what's going to happen in buckets. So
Adjust his mic. It's off access.
that's better, just.
Okay, so
So, as I said for Seaford, this is their tournament to stay in it right now. So they got to put up a shot. And this is where more experience comes in as a team. Is you got to run through this pressure and this, because you're out there running, knowing you to stay alive. You got to run a shot right now, and not a fast shot. But you got to run a smooth, consistent shot that's going to get you some points.
just come out and run a 9.
Yeah,
Just come out and run a 9,
a 9's going to be.
which they are more than capable of doing.
All right, Seaford's giving the track.
Okay, so they're off here.
Water
Water in
in
the
the
hose,
Still a lot of
384.
dancing.
A lot of kinks in the back, but still not bad. There you go.
9.
970, I'll say.
952 I had.
Okay.
Might
Time
be
for
a little
Seaford.
later.
9.47.
Okay.
9.47.
I would say,
Line to be number 8
I mean,
on your
obviously it's going to be
programs,
top 5.
The Tomcats from
Yeah.
Baldwin.
I mean,
Just
this is
based
the
on-
shot here. If Baldwin can beat that 9-4, then they can eliminate Seaford for the day.
So guys, this race to me, and again, I'm a motorized guy, and you guys are teaching me stuff, and I'm goofing around with you, but the most important guy seems to be the guy on the Y.
Yeah.
There's so much going on there. There's couplings coming in from every different direction. He's got hoses under his feet, and he's got to get off the line. He's got to get it down the track. Seems like a really tough spot.
it's a hard spot to run. I mean, it is. It's you get beat up running it. I'm not going to lie. It does hurt. it does hurt. You're stopped abruptly. You're running with very light, and all of a sudden you got 2 lanes charged with 30 pounds of water in them each.
Is it a matter of holding it out in front of you that you don't trip in it, or I mean,
That's
how do
holding
you-
it
how do
close
you
to
get
your
through it?
body.
It's honestly, it has a lot to do with your slack runner too.
Right.
Like if the slack runner, if he takes off too fast and he's too far ahead of you, like it's not always a good thing.
Like I said, I goof around and stuff, but that position in itself, that man needs to be a dancer.
All right, Baldwin,
A
big
lot
shot for
going
them
on.
right now. They're our event leaders. They want to point up in here. They want to get some points in this event and stay in competition for this drill. Baldwin's giving the track. going through their call-off.
Okay, in the rough.
Nice quick connection on the Y. Water and hose.
Okay, so we blow up at the front.
Yeah, a little problem at the hydrant and then at the Y. Turn it off. What are they looking at?
Hold it up, gentlemen. You have overtime.
It's a tough break for Baldwin.
Yeah.
That's a tough break. And I'm
Ladies
sitting
and
there.
gentlemen, on Saturday, August 24th at 6 p.m., the Farmingville Fire Department will be hosting the Brookhaven Town Parade and Fireman's Night. Following the parade will be music from the Southbound Band. That's Saturday, August 24th, starting at 6 p.m.
So Baldwin's struggling there. That's going to affect the overall points
So now,
big time.
as Kopech sitting there
On
in
the
the
line,
back,
number 10 on your programs, the Lions from Coram.
my eyes just lit up. I'm ready to go. Right?
Yeah. If I'm Kopech in the
To
back,
get on the track.
I'm going to tell you what I'm doing, and I'm telling my guys. I'm telling my hydrant men to break it too, so I don't get disqualified if I get an early couple. And I am running a nice, clean, smooth, completed shot. You could run right now, and we're up there now.
So what's like fifth place, guys? Those of you keeping
There is
score
no
over
fifth
there?
place.
There's not even a fifth
not
yet?
even a
Just
time
get a
up there
time,
for
yeah?
fifth.
We got a
I mean, there's only 2
9:47.
times? It's only 2 times.
9:47 and at 11. What is that? 84.
And those are pretty good times. So,
I mean,
you
run
guys
a
tell me,
9.
is an 11 a
run a
good
9
time?
here today.
You run a 9.
9 is solid.
Okay, so all right, so we could do it like efficiency.
Yeah.
Right. So a 7 in 2 into 1 would be the equivalent of anything that would be under like an 8-8.
8-8, yeah.
7.
Yeah.
7.
People do this in 7?
Yeah.
782
Is the state record.
the state record. And then I would say anything from 8-0 to 8-5 would be like in the 9s.
Yeah.
Right now, we
As a
only have a
comparison
9
to
and
efficiency.
11 on the board. So,
The
put up a solid
the
shot.
9-4, I would say, in most tournaments throughout the past like 8 years, might get 4th or 5th place.
Yeah.
So
What is
just to put into
what
perspective.
does Kopech have a lead on Seaford before this event? 4-point lead. Okay.
See a lot of hose laying on the street there, guys, right? On the hydraulic.
So Coram on the line.
These guys are going to have to hustle. They have enough work to do right there on that coupling.
Yeah,
They got a lot of hose to drag out.
And
right there.
I will say this about Coram. I like how the
Ooh,
Y
they-
is positioned a little bit more
Oh,
to the
they
left.
waited too long. The nozzle length pulled the hose out of the guy's hands, right?
Well, a big thing is
They waited on the line too long. Am
Okay,
I
so we
wrong?
got water in the hose now. No, you're
Now
right.
they
Len.
got it hooked up.
You're right.
But it's not a matter
Hold
of
up,
waiting.
gentlemen.
It might not be a matter of waiting. It's a matter of
There'll be
the
no
hydrant.
time for Coram.
Too
They
early.
coupled at the starting line before the light was tripped through 13-17.
So at this drill in 14, we had a problem in this event with a lot of teams coupling early in this event. For the first half of the tournament, I believe 5 or 6 teams got disqualified for coupling early at that tournament.
So explain that, Jay. What does that mean?
So you cannot, none of your Y guys can actually connect to the Y until the contest has started. So until someone has crossed the timing line.
So they don't have to step with the guys doing the
On line
coupling.
number 13 on your programs, the Slowpokes from Southern.
So the guys doing the coupling don't have to step off the line as
No,
long as
they don't.
someone has broken the line.
Right. This is the only event that the coupling men on the Y and the Y are not on the line. The only people on the line in this event are your 2 hydrant men and your nozzle man. So how we run it is our hydrant men or hydrant man would kind of jump the count a little bit. Not a lot, just enough to turn the light yellow. It's, a 100th of a second, but it was to give the Y guys, because you're a Y guy.
Everybody else can do their job, yeah.
So they could do their job, and that, because you're the call off, and if that call off changes a little bit, or someone doesn't go in time, and that guy clicks early, you're disqualified. Like just have it to quorum there. So that's a way of doing it, and that's happened before. I mean, a lot of teams have got nailed for that.
There's a lot of things you can do when you get to a certain point to in any event. You get to a point where you're going to take it to the next level.
Right.
And just one thing that you don't really see, and that I really haven't seen in my last 11 or 12 years racing old-fashioned was where those coupling men were. And Mike, you were talking about it. I guess I just missed it. I don't know, but getting that hose out.
Right.
Getting that hose out. Coupling and running with the Y at the same time,
Right.
instead of waiting for all the couplings to be connected and then leaving. So,
Well, it's easier to couple at the line before you move it.
Oh,
I mean,
sure, but
Plenty
then-
of people can couple on the run, but if it's
But
two
that
different
front guy
people
who's-
coupling, that's tough.
The front guy who's coupling on the thing, he's running with it, so he can actually be a little delayed if he wants when he leaves the line.
Right, but you guys know if you're coupling it yourself, it's one thing, but two different guys moving down the road is a little tougher. Here we go.
Okay, water in the hose,
Something going on.
378. The hose is out and straight.
And that-
1084. So is that second place?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we
that-
discussed before, Justin, I would like letting you
There'll
listen.
be no time for Selden. The nozzle man did not have his foot on his starting line. Through 13-17.
Wow, that's a hard one, folks. I see groans and faces here on the top of the arch. Guys, that's
Unforgivable
the worst.
mistake in
Also, the
racing, I
coupling
call
was
that is.
coupled before the light was tripped. Same move.
So besides those two things, if you saw there, we and Justin discussed it before about turning on that back lamp a little late. They turned everything on at the same time. If you saw when water came out, it was like spurty. And that's from turning on that back lamp the same time as turning on the front lamp, because you get it come in, it kind of gets, I guess, airbound, right? Like it gets like a motor pump when you cavitate the pump. I mean,
I would just, again, to use
On
the
the line,
term
will be number
turbulence.
15 on your
Right.
programs.
Turbulence and
Yellowbird
turbulence.
from Copeg.
All right, so
How about a stream straightener on the Y?
no.
All right, so not having your foot on the line, that's what we just heard about, a team getting thrown out for. Jay, explain why that's important or not important. To me, it's not that important in this race, but why do they call
I
it?
think they do it because no running starts for the nozzlemen, and that's the reason the rules in the book is that you have your foot on the line, you can't have a running start then.
Exactly right. The loop men don't have to have their feet on the line. They can get a running start to get the hose out. Nozzle man, coupling man, hydro man have to have their toe on the line so they don't get that running start, and it's fair for everybody.
And hence in 2 and the 1, where they kept the Y because there was too many people on the line to keep them there. We will go into a very
Again.
important shot by the Copeg Yellowbirds.
Hydro length, nobody in the hydro length.
Completion.
And it's
Completion.
a small village at the next coupling.
Their hydro men left
Get
early.
off the line.
Water in the hose.
Okay, the timing light
They're
did not
gonna
go
be
on,
good.
guys.
Uh-oh. Because this looks
So
good.
I don't know. They're going to get a rerun,
That
They are
was
going to
really
get a
good.
rerun. I would be.
especially with
They're
that
not
run.
going to like that.
Well, they do have a red light, so
That came on way late, way late.
they're rerunning. Ooh.
See, again, a little bit I
Did,
know about
did
that
anyone
race.
get a number there?
I didn't.
No.
No?
I don't have a watch.
The unknown time.
I'm going to say the look of the run, it was in the
Attention,
9s.
please. Copeg will be getting a rerun digital error.
So,
There's some unhappy
Yeah,
yellowbirds
I
out
may,
there.
if this was me, I would be a very.
Jay, what would you do? Now,
I can't do
Justin,
anything,
Justin,
but I would.
Jay,
not
what
be
would
very
you do?
happy.
Now, what can you do?
You can't
really
do
can't.
anything.
You can jump up and down. You can throw your hands in the air. You cannot be happy.
I probably would have done all that.
But there is. You totally would have done it, and most
Yeah.
of us would have. But
I mean,
there's nothing you can do. It happens.
and
it
that's
stinks, but it happens.
and that's tough right there. But they did exactly what I said before. If you watch their Hydra men, they left on 2.5. They broke that light early because we still have no 5th place time, right? So as long as you run a time, you're guaranteed a point. And you need points right now.
We've
I
heard
mean,
the number was 975 or in that virginity,
975
so
in that issue. That was 2nd place. That's 4 points. That would have kept them in the lead in the tournament. But now you got to go back after just running your shot. There's only one team in front of you, so it's not like you could get a little bit of a breather. And you got to get ready to run.
Well, again, that famous digital era. Nobody likes it. Sometimes it works to your
Sometimes
advantage.
it works good.
Sometimes it doesn't, and we
Yeah, I
can't
think
pick
they-
and choose, folks, when it works for us and when it works against us. Unfortunately, working against them right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely wanted to keep that shot.
So, point and look at on the line. We're going to have Copeg coming up for their rerun. They'll give them a little time to set up because there's only one team left remaining. Speaking of a tournament running well, 9:30. We started at 6. Pretty good. Our officials doing a fantastic job as they always do.
They always do, and we kid around about it, but the white shirts out there, Suffolk County's finest, and they get a little bit of help from around the state, but our Suffolk white shirts, they go crazy. They come out not only for this, the old-fashioned, but they come out for the motorized. They come out for the juniors. Again, congratulations, CI Junior State champs last week. And, hey, we have a pretty big tournament coming up in a few weeks, guys.
We do. There's Point Lookout.
That was
for
a
the
nice
clean
run,
It was a nice clean run.
Very clean.
Clean. Everything was clean. Wasn't super fast, but it was
They
clean.
had those dark shirts. I didn't even see them coming.
And that's points.
Yeah, that's going to be a low. That's going to be a low, what, like an 11 or a 10?
It's a high 10 or 11.
My apologies to the
No time
Seagulls.
for Point
Whoa!
Lookout. The coupling was coupled before the light was tripped.
So, a discussion was had
17.
after the 14th state on how the officials are determining if they couple early and we're using the light. And a question was asked, and it's a good question. The light is a courtesy light, correct? As that's what we're always told, is the light is a courtesy light.
Sounds right. Keep going.
So someone asked the question is how are we going out on a courtesy light to determine if you're tripping early,
On the
if
line
it's
for the
just a
rerun will
courtesy.
be number 15 on your programs, the Yellowbirds from Copaig.
You say tripping early. What do you mean?
Clip it, hitting your couplings early. So that's how they're watching if you click early. The light was still green, and they heard a click on the line. And they use the light as a judge because you can't look at. You would have to actually sit on the line and look. But if
You're
using
simultaneously looking at two different things. Is
right,
that what you're
so you
saying?
couldn't do it. So it's easier to stand back and you listen. I mean, that's how they do it. And I don't blame them for that's the only way to do it. But someone did come up with is a courtesy light. It doesn't have to work. So how can you go off a courtesy light?
Sure.
How else are you going to judge it?
You could
We
stand
have
on the
to
line.
trust our judges at some point.
Judgment call.
It's a
right?
judgment call.
Exactly.
Judgment
That's what I'm saying.
call.
What else can you do?
It's the umpire behind the plate.
Yo, exactly. But I'm
Strike.
just- but
bull. That's
Right.
it. I mean, we all want everything to be perfect, but
Sure.
we've all been beat
I would-
on
I
calls,
would
and
think-
we've taken advantage of good calls too. So.
Oh yeah, sure.
no.
Sure.
Well,
Punch
you
it.
know,
2
Belmore
inch
back in the
hose.
day.
No, no.
When
not
you had water going through your hose at 4.3 and you claimed it was 4.7, you know.
I never did that. Maybe.
Wow, he got really quiet, didn't he, Justin?
Oh boy. I'm just listening.
This one time in Belmore?
No,
All
this
right.
is not Belmore days. I'm going a little further back than that.
Roz?
I still can't believe that you were watching tournaments in the 70s.
Hey, man. Just turned 47
Good for
yesterday.
you.
I was
You look,
running
you look
in
like a
tournaments in early
vibrant
80s.
27.
Yeah, I don't feel a vibrant 27.
Okay, Kopech, this is a big shot.
So
They gotta
just
hit.
do the same thing you just
gotta
did.
hit.
Exactly.
Do the same thing you just did. Still telling my Hydra man to leave on 2.5. And
No,
I'm going to go
Kopech-
run a clean shot. I could run a 10-0, a 10-1, and get 4 points out of this.
Kopech's got a lot of great athletes on
Yeah.
their team. They've been showing it for years on the motorized side, and I guess they've dabbled a little bit in old-fashioned. Just put a run-up right here.
And this is the only team on the track that actually has a state old-fashioned championship that is running today.
And
Kopech.
it is the 10-year
10-year anniversary.
anniversary of their win.
So you know
in
the birds
2009.
want to spread their wings and fly, so let's see what they got.
At Islip Terrace.
Oh, that track was... That was a good... No, Babylon track. Did you race on the Babylon
No,
track?
no,
Oh,
no.
yeah, that was interesting.
Islip Terrace, that was my first ever juniors championship, 1975, back in the day. But Yellowbirds, ready to rock and roll. They're taking this serious, folks. Let's see what they got.
Okay, here they go.
All right, Kopech's off. Got
Okay,
water in
water
the
in.
hose. Oh,
So one of the couplings
break.
blew off, right, guys? I mean,
Yeah.
one of them
So they're
wasn't
bringing it back.
connected. They hit the target. They had enough pressure.
there's no
through one
time. So
hose.
here's actually
So explain that rule. Can you hit
It
the
can't-
target with
it
one hose
can't-
connected?
Now, okay, so
they weren't both connected. The Y wasn't connected. So in the book it says only both hydrants must be on when you connect. But I think it also has to be on the Y.
This happens.
Your attention, please.
Well, it happened
There'll
and it
be
didn't.
no time for Kopech.
Yeah.
The nozzle man had the nozzle over the nozzle line when he hit the target.
But they have bigger
That's
problems than
different,
that.
Yeah. Well,
So there was
we-
two
Wait,
teams
let
there.
him finish. I think he's got more to say.
Both lines were not hit onto the hose line, was not coupled when he hit the target.
Yeah, it's a couple.
Right, there you go. Well, when we
Rule
ran,
13-17.
when we ran, I believe
one of our. I think it was here actually. It was a Brookhaven Town tournament. We ran a low 8, and as the target is going up, the back length blew off.
Yeah.
Because it just had that
little
little turn. It was a time. It was a time because the target was
up
stripped.
already.
So
I would have protested.
One of the back.
yeah, you would have protested. Yeah, protest that. Another judgment call that we're
Ladies and
gonna
gentlemen, while we're
protest.
ready to announce the points, we're going to have the drawing for the 50-50 now. Get
All
your
right.
blue tickets out.
I hope this rubs off this
The prize
announcing
winner will
luck.
get $555.
And listen, folks, if you're keeping up on the
Door down at the bottom of the arch on the west side with your ticket so you can prove that you won.
if you're keeping up with these explanations of this race, good for you. That's why I think it's a silly race, but that's just me. Some people love it.
So this tournament, so two people were hoping for a bad run there, were Baldwin and Seaford, and they got their wish on that one. This tournament now is tight. It comes down to
winning
buckets.
numbers. 2, 4, 9,
Jay's in.
5, 7, 8,
Not me.
6, 24.95, 786. Is that a winner? Running down the bleachers there? Looks like we do have a winner. Congratulations. Thank you all for your support.
So.
All right. So. All right. Break it down here, Mike. Go ahead.
All right. So
For all the
Baldwin.
equipment, results of the 2-1 contest. First place, 5 points. Number 5, Seaford. And second place, 4 points. Number 3, Plainview. Total points going into the last contest. Farmingville, 14. Seacliff, 4. Plainview, 8. Seaford, 19. Baldwin, 21. Selden, 8. Lindenhurst, 5. Copac, 18.
So 3 teams can become the 2019 State
Yeah.
Old-Fashioned champions.
How about those Tomcats?
Now, like we were saying before, huge shot for Seaford.
Huge.
Right? Took 5, 19 points, going down 2 in the buckets.
So you're going down to the bucket contest. 2 motorized teams and 1 old-fashioned team. And we know from the past the motorized team is going to be a better bucket team on the track. Probably the last team that was a better bucket team would be the Freeport Dead End kids that could compete in the motorized level. So the event that can go wrong very quickly.
Exactly, Jay. You know what? I mean, I don't wish it on anybody, but one guy eats the ladder
Right.
and slips. I mean, that changes the whole race. And, you know, unfortunately, last year, I remember listening to this on the broadcast last year, and some teams struggled to get in there and put up a time. But, you know, it's showtime right now. And this is going to show, guys, have you been practicing? Have you gotten out? I mean, you can run buckets in the rain. I don't care. You should be able to run this contest and practice this contest since April. Are you serious? Did you really want it? We're going to find out tonight.
And the other thing is
Any
going to
adjust
play
membership
big
with the
right
slot
now.
line?
We're gonna the other thing's going to be big right now is overtime. Overtime's going to play into effect today because it is going to. There's going to be a lot less tweeners here with overtime.
I don't want to hear overtime. I want times tonight. Put up a shot.
All right. Well, let's talk teams for a second. So we know that Farmingville can run in the mid to low 20s.
They can run mid-20s, yeah, for
Right.
sure.
Copac, I would say, can run mid 20s. Right. I don't know their times for the year, so. Seaford, I'm not sure what the best times are for them. I'm not sure if they've run a 20. I don't know if Jay, if you
They
know
have
that.
not run a 20.
Okay.
They are a 30 team.
All right. So the teams that we're looking at for possible 20s are Farmingville,
Copac.
Copac. That's it. Is that right?
Yeah.
You know what? I think Selden could run a high 20, maybe. No? Yes? Maybe?
Selden, I'm not sure. They've been, Selden has really been practicing buckets a lot.
Baldwin can put it in the 20s. So last year, we come to the line knowing that we have to run a 35. So we come to the line having to run the 35 in buckets because there was overtime that day. So I know it doesn't sound stupid, but it's pretty nerve-wracking that you have to, an overtime in buckets at a 35 is one or two little miscues, and you're running overtime.
Well, I mean, ideally, you get set, Jay, 12, 13, 14 buckets at the most at a 1-5 pace or something. You should be able to make time. And, all these teams, some practice more than they don't. So we're going to find out.
So we have a 3-point lead, right, Mike? 3-point lead?
It's going to mean a lot. I mean, we all talk about it. It always comes down to buckets.
Yep.
And, maybe not for first every time, but you want to be in the top 5, it comes down to buckets.
So that 2-point lead, we're going to find out early in this tournament. Seaford has to at least put a time up.
Yeah.
They have to put something over overtime, better than overtime, just to put a point up to be in this tournament. If they run an overtime tournament, it's over for them.
Yep. Right, but Farmingville can put pressure on teams by throwing up a shot and then put a little pressure on where do these other teams want to finish.
You know what, Lenny, even Farmingville
where does Seaford want to finish? Where does Baldwin want to finish?
But even Farmingville comes out and runs 20-60, all right? And then it doesn't make a difference because there's the other teams are going to be in there, and then there's it's a 2-point lead. So how many teams are going to complete the contest and not run overtime? Because you still got those 4, 3, 2, and 1 positions on there in points.
Right, but Copeg right now is running last in the pack. They got 16, and they're going to determine who the top 5 are going to be. So,
yeah,
folks, hang in there. We got a good bucket brigade for you, and it should be interesting.
18 for Copeg. It's close.
18, okay. I thought it was 16.
21,
18.
19, 18.
So
yeah,
it's
not over till it's over.
So we have 2 teams that have never won a state championship and 1 team that has. The experience, does that overtake the inexperience? I mean,
in this event, the more times you get on the track, the better.
It is. Good bucket teams have been together for a long time. If you look at these really good bucket teams, they're the same guys on the ladder. It is a rhythm event like nothing else.
The next contest to be run is the buckets contest. Day record is 19.68, and it's held by Central Iceland.
And
attention all teams. The handle on the gate goes towards the dub. Attention all teams. At the completion of your run, bring all of your buckets to the right-hand side for measuring. At the completion of your run, bring all of your buckets to the right-hand side for measuring.
So, Justin, just quick.
First team on the line will be number 1 on your program, and it's from Farmingville.
What Jay said, it comes down to these teams that have done it before, and Farmingville is trying to become that, not only here in the old-fashioned category, but in motorized. They can run a lot of different races. They need to be a finisher. See what they got.
Lenny, you're going to have a good view of them testing buckets over there, which I think may come into play today, too.
Yeah, it's a nice little wing we have here at the Ridge Track. I love it. So I'll be able to get you the first dump as well. Farmingville looking just to set the pace here and put some pressure on. So,
you got a slip.
Dumper slips. Second man falls off the ladder, so they're in trouble right now, folks. He's low, right, Justin? He's got to move up at least 1. All right.
And they're up.
Their first bucket
First bucket in 18.
Yeah, 18. All right, I got you.
Right down the center.
So Farmingville,
nice job.
About the worst set they could have imagined.
And it's still in 12. And
I mean, Justin, they just ate the ladder. I mean, they just
time for
nothing they could do.
34.38, 34-38.
So they beat overtime, but barely.
And I would say just being able to grind out a 34 with that set that they had is impressive in itself.
5 on your programs.
Being able to get out of rhythm with something, whether it's a slip on the ladder or a missed bucket, and being able to get right back into it just shows, that practice time.
Well, getting a time, like Adam pointed to, it mean a lot.
I have to mention something quick. So, we all know Woody from Spencerport. His son Caleb had a birthday yesterday. We are the same birthday, so he can be a state champ, unlike Woody. So he had a good birthday. So happy birthday, Caleb, and I hope you're having a great day. He'll kill me if I didn't do that, so,
Wow. Jay keeping up the fan base there, huh?
All right, so
I have some.
You know,
Seaford.
Justin, you don't have a lot of fans, so we got to.
who me?
Who, Jay? No, I mean
Oh, me,
Jay.
me.
Oh,
I-
Jay.
no, it's okay.
He's got to take care of whoever he can.
Yeah, well, everyone knows Jay.
It doesn't faze me.
That don't mean they like him.
Everyone knows him.
I'm just gonna say everybody
You
knows
got there
Jay.
before I did.
All right, so Seaford, here's their shot.
It's
They
not easy being green.
They need to put a shot up here. They just need to run their team record. I mean, that's what they need. And
Yeah, so again, Farmingville's left it open for a lot of different teams right here. This is one of them.
all right, they're off.
So they're approaching. Okay, so they're getting on there. They're up. Buckets are coming up now.
Man too. Ooh, almost dropped the first, but they got the first one in. What do we got, Justin?
12.99. Good steady pace. I would say it's like a 1-5 pace.
See these guys bending their legs. Bend the legs. Your best muscles are in your legs. It's a pretty good rhythm.
All right.
All right,
Not the
so
quickest pace I've ever seen, but it was steady.
it's gonna be a 32 and change.
Okay.
Time for Seaford. 32.6.
And they're excited about it.
32.68.
They do seem pretty happy, and if that's what you're doing in practice and you're running your practice runner better, then that's good.
You know, and that's an excellent point too, because
I honestly think that's their
shouldn't be-
team record. So
hey, that's a win.
that's a
On
win.
line to be number 8 on your programs, the Tomcats from Baldwin.
Well, Baldwin.
So now it's showtime, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, Baldwin needs
Pressure
to
is
bet.
on
This
Baldwin.
the
They
money
don't feel it a lot, but I think it's on them right now, guys.
Baldwin beats that 32, and that will eliminate another team.
And correct me if I'm wrong. They're leading the drill, right? I mean,
They're
they also
leading the
win
drill.
the state. I mean,
By
they
two.
throw up
By
a time
two, yeah.
here.
Yeah, they're
can,
up by 2 on Seaford
solidify-
and 3 on Kopeg. So
They
this
need a
shot
solid
here.
bucket shot. Now, if they do what we just saw earlier, and I don't wish it on them, but you got to get up the ladder and get set, and then pass some
And
buckets.
pump buckets. That's what I would tell my guys. Get up and pump buckets.
Only 6 carries.
Okay, it's looking like a
Rodman
decent
slips a
set
little.
here.
Nice
They're up.
recovery.
They're on. Bucket's coming up. The bucket looks a little light.
It's a little bit of a slow pace. They're moving. Very deliberate here for the Baldwin Tomcats. Losing a lot of water. Every bucket carrier looking up, which isn't the best way to do things. This is tough.
All right.
All right, so
Time
It's
for
interesting.
Baldwin. 34.98. 34.98.
Well, they make overtime by 200ths, right?
On the line number 10 on your programs, the Lions from Gorham.
so as of right now, we will have a tie
Correct.
Between Seaford
and,
And Baldwin.
right now,
Okay.
with
Someone
Kopeg
gets in
going to
between.
run. So right now, tied for the tournament. If the points stay as they are right now, we have a tie for the tournament with
Seaford and Baldwin.
What was
Kopeg.
Seaford's time?
Seaford ran a
33?
32.68.
32.68. So if somebody gets in between,
Which is first
Seaford
place
wins
right
it outright.
All right. So
And-
now, Kopeg beats a 32. Where does that put them?
now. Kopeg beats a 32.
Got to win
Yeah,
it
that would
outright for
put them
Seaford.
at
What does that do
23.
to
Is that
Kopeg?
enough? Are they?
no, that'd be a tie.
No, it'd be 23 to 23.
It will be a tie. So we are almost can be guaranteed a tie, unless they don't beat the 32 and they tween Baldwin and Seaford.
Here's Corm. Okay, jogging in. Okay, coming up the ladder.
It's a little bit of a slow mount. They're deliberate in getting to their points to get set. Now they go. See what kind of pace they have.
First, I would just say for future, the top man's got to, the dumper's got to come down to that top man a little
Yeah,
bit.
he's not coming down at
way
all.
over
He's
his head.
just waiting.
Dumper's got to let the top man go
Overtime.
a little
So
less.
here comes Selden, who could put a monkey wrench in this whole entire thing by coming in a tweener here between
All right.
On the
Seaford.
line to be number 13 on your programs, the Slowpokes from Selden.
So I think Seaford has guaranteed themselves a tie for the state championship.
So, Jay, let us know for sure what Selden can do, because I don't know the numbers right now. I guess you do. What Selden needs to do, how they
If
can
Selden
really
runs-
upset the apple cart here.
If Selden can run below 32, that would knock everyone down one peg, where Kopeg could actually win the tournament
So if
outright.
Selden runs better than the 32.
Two, and then Kopeg wins buckets, they can actually win the tournament outright.
Because they would come in between
In between.
and Seaford be.
All right, well, here come the Selden Slowpokes. Not known as a
here
solid
they come,
bucket team,
coming
but
into
they're
the ladder
attacking the
strong
ladder,
here.
folks. They've been running motorized every year. 4 guys on the ladder,
Okay, it's clean.
and now everybody's
Buckets
set.
Now they
Here
just
we
want to
go.
pump clean buckets now.
First bucket in was 13.
3, 4. Top man's catching
Pace
him.
is going
5.
fast,
He's
too
catching
fast
him.
right
6,
now.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's going to take
Bucket
at
man's
least
got a couple buckets
13.
in the barrel there.
There's 13, 14. 14 did it.
Is that close?
This is going to be close.
It's just under a 35, I'd say.
So it might not be enough.
So right at 35.
Time for Selden. 32.79.
Wow,
32.79.
32-79. What does that do?
What's it do to the points there?
Girls.
This is the one we've been looking
So
for.
if Kopeg wins, we're going to have a tie.
On the line, number 15 on your program.
Kopeg wins the bucket total, we're going to have a tie.
Where are we right now?
Right now, Seaford is leading the tournament. That was
By
a tweener.
how much? A
By
point?
1 point. And if right now, Seaford is in first place. If Kopeg runs a first place shot, we will have a tie. So
I think there's more involved than that.
no,
but
that's
okay.
it.
Well,
That's it.
then if they beat everybody, there's a tie now. Then there'll still be a tie. But if they squeeze in,
No, right now we had a tweener. If Kopeg doesn't, Seaford wins on their own.
all right, here come the Yellowbirds, looking to spoil somebody's night. These guys attack the ladder. I love it. I absolutely love it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth man a little bit slow, but he said, "Here it comes."
11.79
2,
first bucket.
3,
Best of the day so far.
4. These buckets are pretty clean. Jay, you can see it. They're not spilling much.
Not at all.
I think it's going to be 13. 13 does it. This is
30.
going to be first place.
It's a 30, so we are going to have a tie. I am 99.9% sure.
Time for Kopeg. 29.91. 29.91.
Some happy Yellowbirds with a 29.
I'm going to double check to make sure we do have a tie.
Yeah, I'm not sure about your guys' math, but I'll trust you. But a 29 for Kopeg, they're going to take the bucket brigade.
Tie.
Yep, as I have it, Seaford,
Seaford
and
and
Kopeg
Kopeg.
tied. 23
Tied.
points.
So this tournament has been tied 3 times now.
Yes, go through it.
First tie was North Belmore and Freeport Wide Awakes in 1997. The second tie was Miller Place
in Rockville
and
Center.
Rockville Center in 2011.
11. Yep.
So those are the two, and this is the third tie in the old-fashioned events. Me and Mike have to run downstairs because this trophy and and for the total points for the day is donated by Belmore. It's for one of our members, and we present the trophy with a couple gifts to the winner. But I'll leave it with Lenny and Justin to finish up.
So it's Kopeg and
Seaford.
tying
Congratulations.
for first place, 2019 New York State Old-Fashioned Champions.
I hope they brought enough shirts.
Yeah,
Nothing,
they're going to have to buy some more shirts. Here's the problem. Here you have to buy more shirts, and you have to buy another first place trophy because it states it in the rule book. The year that Miller Place tied, Belmore was the host, and we actually got Oscars for everyone that year. Remember the old Oscars?
I do remember that.
We got
yeah.
Oscars for everyone. It cost us a lot more money when the tie happened.
For sure.
Maybe that's why we didn't like you. That could have been the reason.
Well, that was the reason.
You cost us a lot of money. But
That was
He
good
told
to
me he didn't like you for other reasons, Jay.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
okay.
not a big deal.
It's false. It's false.
But a tie. Lenny, can we go down and do an interview with the champion captains that we've done for the last couple of years?
If you want me to give you the mic, I know Fred.
Results of the buckets contest. First place, 5 points, number 15, Copeg. Second place, 4 points, number 5, Seaford. Third place, 3 points, number 13, Selden. Fourth place, 2 points, number 8, Baldwin. And fifth place, 1 point, number 1, Farmingville.
Yeah, so to move things along, Jay, I mean, typically, you know, we try to move things along, especially with a drill tomorrow. I know Fred wants to keep things moving, Justin, and, you know, to button these things up. But big congratulations to our new 2019 state champions. You guys want to give them the last shout out? Go for it.
Congratulations to their first state championship, the Seaford inmates, and to the Copeg Yellowbirds for their second state championship.
Here it is. This is what you want to hear right here, folks.
In fifth place, with 11 points, the Selden Slowpokes.
Congratulations, Selden.
With 15 points, the Farmingville Bandits.
Farmingville, congratulations.
I believe for the first time in history, a three-way tie.
Ooh, a three-way tie.
Overall.
Bill's calculation's a little off. He's just going to go over it again.
Three-way tie. Did you guys miss something?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Well, Mike was doing it.
Girls, hold on to your boyfriends. Just one time at Ridge.
The three-way tie, each with 23 points. The Seaford Inmates, the Baldwin Tomcats, and the Copeg Yellowbirds. All Co-2019 New York State All-Fashion Champions.
Wow.
Congratulations to all.
So we are going to stay with this live a little bit.
Yeah, we got to hang a little bit and make sure we're clear on this.
So there was just a little miscalculation. They're just trying to figure that out right now. It should be Baldwin in third and a two-way tie for the leader with Copeg and...
Three-way tie, first time in history.
We think there's a little miscalculation.
Correction.
There we go.
What are they saying? What
Well, I will
do
take
about
this
the
time
parade?
right now to congratulate Seaford and Copeg. You know, it was a really great day for them. I hope they enjoy it.
Yeah, enjoy it. Let me tell you something. Enjoy it. You're in the book for the rest of your life. I tell everyone this. You're in our history.
We have a correction now. Fifth place with 11 points, the Selden Slowpokes. Fourth place with 16 points, the Farmingville Bandits. Third place with 22 points, the Baldwin Tomcats. And tied for first place, each with 23 points. And the co-winners of the 2019 New York State All-Fashion Championships, the Seaford Inmates and the Copeg Yellowbirds.
All right, that sounds a little bit better.
So, Justin was just saying, I'll finish up. Congratulations, Seaford, Copeg. You're in the rule book. You're going to the state parade. You're going to the state dinner.
Man.
You are going to party. That's what I'm going to tell you.
You're
Party and enjoy
it.
Parade. Enjoy everything.
It was a great day. It was really fun.
It was a fun tournament. It really was for the amount
First
of
time for me, and I really enjoyed talking to you guys.
So we started out a little bit slow, and then again we thank Fred and Chris Murphy and all those people that do all those great things, and those of us that were able to bring you this drill. We're glad we could, and again, congratulations to the champions. And tomorrow we got a drill going over there in Hempstead, and tune in, find out what's going on. And a couple of weeks from that, the New York State Championship for the motorized drill.
That's right. We crowned our juniors. Congratulations, CI.
Yeah, 2 down, 1 to go.
And congratulations to champs today. Enjoy your night. Stay safe.
Good night, all. All right, Fred, you got it.